Так. Короче, я тут потыкал, вроде как замутил с Альфой. Этот. Как его? Любовный роман. Ну или что-то там такое. Все проверим. Потому что я там сохранялся, загружался. Тут верные ответы. Хотя хотел с аборигенкой, но, видать, где-то я ответил неправильно. Все, личные квесты я сделал. Побочку, может быть, буду, может, не буду, не знаю. Сосредотачиваюсь сейчас полностью. Но, правда, тут дилемму надо еще поднять. Попытаться где-то. Может, поручение. Так. Он говорил, приди ко мне в комнату. Ну-ка.
I'm a bit nervous. I've read many books on this subject, but they don't say anything about the way I feel right now. May I come in?
Come on. Forget about the books for a bit.
Не буду это делать в одежде?
Yet another marvelous memory shared with you. And this one only belongs to us. I feel as if my heart is exploding. I've never felt this way about anyone. I suppose this is how it feels to be in love. Do you feel the same?
Yes, Afra. I'm fairly certain this is love. And I love you too.
It's such a peculiar sensation. And it's so tremendous. Oh, my beloved.
Это что такое? Что за фигня? Что за звуки? Васка с ума сошел. Любовь. О, как это прекрасно. Че, говорит, достижение какое-то получил. Так, Васка, слезь. Ты не тупи. Так. У вас там, кстати, тоже была любовная линия, но я с ним не хочу. Все, мы заромансили одного человека. Слава богу, это была девушка. Получился у нас какой, видовой или национальный? Блин, когда... Межрасовый, во, межрасовая любовь у нас. Так, мейн один. Ну, в одежде в кровати, это, конечно. О, пропал.
Lieutenant, I demand an explanation. Tell us what is going on. We haven't heard anything about Lord d'Orsay's condition in spite of our inquiries. We are extremely worried. And then all of a sudden one of his guards appears, shaken and on his own, though he is part of his retinue.
Please, allow me the chance to shed some light, my lady.
Your soldier is nothing more than a coward for abandoning his highness.
Tell me, what is going on?
This soldier has just reported in. He is asking for reinforcements. He believes that Lord d'Orsay has been attacked.
He believes. He ran here without full knowledge of what happened firsthand.
I was sent on patrol far from the camp, but I heard screams from men and from beasts. I wanted to return to camp, but then I heard a deafening sound, grinding like a landslide. I thought then it would be best just to go and get help.
Thank you, Lieutenant. You are dismissed. I would like to have a discussion with this man alone.
Yes, sir.
My lady, could you lead these fine people into the hallway, if you would be so kind?
Certainly. I deplore this embarrassing turn of events. But know that you have my
В смысле, предоставляешь ты нам свободу? Ты сейчас никто. Ты даже не наместник.
In the interest of avoiding a general panic, tell me precisely what happened back there.
Your cousin ordered us to escort him beyond the town limits. The islander convinced him to go on some journey.
By islander, do you mean the denegad that came to treat his affliction?
Yes, a strange bird. Missing more than one feather, you ask me, sir. I was ordered to set up patrol along a small path, rather far from the rest of the company. I was told to protect our perimeter from anyone wandering along. According to the islander, it was the only access to their planned destination. I did my rounds for quite some time. Not a soul came along. But then I heard cries a ways off, and I went running to help. I heard an enormous crashing sound like an avalanche of rocks. So then I turned right back around.
And you ran all the way here? Do you know precisely where the company was when you heard these sounds?
No, not precisely. I hadn't gone there. But I could show you where I was posted. The islander said they were following the path, but he was quite a ways ahead when I lost sight of them.
My cousin was quite weak. Do you know why he decided to follow the denegad?
His Highness was feeling much better. The potions that he was drinking must have been potent. I mean to show no disrespect to His Highness, but that islander had the high ground in the War of Wits. I wasn't privy to their counsel. I haven't the beginning of an explanation for the expedition, but your cousin was all full of enthusiasm and ordered that we set out as quick as we could make ready.
That sounds like him. What sort of mess has he gotten himself into? Again?
I am sorry, sir, but I don't know anything else I could tell you.
Why didn't you go and look for yourself? To see if they had been buried by a rock slide?
What? Alone? What could I have done? It seemed of greater urgency to go and get help.
I'm still having trouble deciding if cowardice or intelligence got the best of you. But that's a question for your superiors. Dismissed, soldier. Looks like I'm going on an expedition.
Thank you, sir.
Так. Чё тут? Поиски Константина. Ну окей, пошли поиски Константина. Но это все равно мейн-квест. Чё? Ты где? А? О! Провалилась. Ага. Видать, наверное... Доп. Задание сейчас все. А может быть, на этом месте будет просто мейн-квест проходить. Кстати, что это такое? Письмо от господы Моранж. ДСРД, эмиссару Содружества. Милорд, мы получили известие о том, что на Тир-Фради прибыла дочь его светлости, князя ДВС и ее свита. В связи с этим прошу вас вернуться в новую Сирену как можно скорее. Новость, которую я вам сообщил, тревожит меня безмерно. Надеюсь, это письмо заставит вас в добром здравии. До скорой встречи, Ларин Моранж. Что это, блин?
Lady Morange tells me that a delegation from the Devesp family just landed on the island.
Isn't that the family who rules over Perret? From what I've heard, they're not good.
Ой, идите нахрен, честно. Я не хочу, мне надоело.
They are treacherous assassins. I wonder why they're here. We should talk to Lady Morange. She'll be able to tell us more.
Блин, надо... Ну ладно, потом. Эти фиолетовые вставки сделать. Уже ремесло по себе поставил. Кольцо. Ёшкин кот. Подожди, кольцо. Где ящик? Сумка. Ой, сундук. На 17, ну атака зато на 16. И глушение на 40. Сумка. Так. Меняем. А это я... А это мне там нужно сколько? 4. А у меня только 2, да? Да, мне только 2. Ну, хоть золотое кольцо поставил. Так. Ярость сколько у меня? Добьем.
This is the camp that Constantine's escort must have established.
It wasn't a landslide that did this, but combat. A deadly one. I sure hope our little governor has escaped the carnage.
Search the zone. Let's see if we can find any clues as to what's happened here. The tents were lacerated by what looks like claws, and there are traces of blood everywhere. Some of these men must have been attacked in their sleep. By beasts?
О. Внутри палатки. Труп.
Most of the weapons are missing. Our soldiers wouldn't have taken a rest without defenses. Our soldiers were attacked by surprise, and there were animals among the assailants. However, our men reacted properly. They were armed and they fled as best they could. There are no bodies, and no sign of Constantine or Katasak's presence here.
Катасах их
Perhaps they were in another place,
слил, что
and
ли?
the soldiers wanted to join them. We need to follow the tracks.
Ну, невозможно.
This area has been trampled. An entire stampede passed by here. Our soldiers must have fled the zone and taken this path followed by their
Кувис,
assailants.
пещера знаний. Интересно.
This is a sacred place of a native cult. No doubt this is where Katasak and Constantine were going. There are bodies, and without a doubt there was fighting here. Search the place. Let's see what we are able to find.
Так, а островитяне есть?
The corpses of both men and beasts. These soldiers fought dearly until the end. Neither Constantine nor Katasak are among them. A crater, without a doubt caused by an explosive potion. The soldiers might have been carrying them. They must have been desperate to have taken such drastic measures.
Ну, скорее всего, было много. Отравленный
This
нож.
blade is a native ritual knife, and this bowl contained a potion. Someone wanted to perform a ritual here. Could Katasak have found a better means to alleviate Constantine's symptoms? Constantine and Katasak must have been visiting this place. Perhaps performing some sort of healing ritual. When the attack took place, the soldiers intervened, and many fell during the fight. But a group was able to escape down this path. We need to continue following their tracks. More tracks. Footprints. They must have fled this way. Strange. These trees look half calcinated, as if they were exposed to immense heat. These weapons are in terrible condition. Whatever did these men come up against? another burnt tree. This path seems to have been scorched in flames. More signs of an explosion. I can't believe that our soldiers could be carrying so many explosive potions. These poor soldiers were torn to pieces. Animals again, or something else?
Я думаю, скорее всего, до Ишкива здесь где-нибудь будет чего-нибудь. Кстати, закрытая область. Может быть, туда как-то потом попасть можно.
New footprints. It looks as if a group met up with them and took this path. There was more fighting over here. There are not only the corpses of our own men, but where could these other soldiers have come from?
These are coin guard. But I couldn't tell you if they served the Bridge Alliance or Taleme.
More signs of explosions. But what were they doing with all these explosives on them? There are footprints. Only a handful made it up to here.
Там вышка. Дома.
The path stops on this overhang, and despite signs of a skirmish, I can't see any sign of Constantine or Katasach.
Так, подожди. Надо...
Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go! Potion if you want to cast more spells.
Восстановление маны мне нужно. Так, ладно.
These rocks were broken, as if they had taken cannon fire. What could have happened here? I don't recognize these men. Still more unknown soldiers. Could they have been responsible for the attack? This one is carrying a letter. Let's see. According to this note, this troop came from an outpost of the Bridge Alliance close by. A patrol, no doubt. Could the bridge in some way be linked to this attack? That makes no sense.
Да, все они тут одного ягода поля.
These vials look familiar. Katasach used the very same to stock his potions. He must have come here. I'm going to pick them up. I recognize this sack. It's my cousin's. Oh, Constantine, what have you gotten yourself into again? Very well. Let's sum things up. Constantine and Katasach definitely came through here to perform some sort of ritual. But they were attacked. An attack obviously involving wild animals. And then there are these traces of inexplicable flames. Could it be magic?
You're thinking of Katasach. Frankly, I doubt that the healer could have transformed himself into an avenging monster. I admit that the attack of these animals is suspicious, but that he had any part of it.
I know. I can't convince myself either. But which other Denegad could have attacked? But regardless of who is guilty, I must find my cousin. We could return to Wen Xavier to learn more. Perhaps Katasak returned there. Or maybe his Voglendai could tell us where to find him. We're also going to have to visit the outpost. Their soldiers were involved in the combat, or at least the end of it. They must have some stories for us.
I doubt that the Alliance would have decided to openly attack their ally. Don't forget that they owe their continued presence on the island to you.
And thanks to you, I know. But their men were there, on the cliff. And Constantine is no longer among us. Maybe those men are still loyal to the preceding commander. However, one way or another, Constantine is in danger. Let us be on our way without further delay.
Да, в смысле, я так и так? Непонятно. Ну, застава рядом, в принципе. В принципе... Это я обратно буду возвращаться? Там где-то надо свернуть будет. Здесь? Да. Так. Зверушки. Троих, да, только задел? Жалко. Ну, это сейчас уже нет. Угрозы не представляют такие. Так, а сколько у меня? 317, нормально. Или меткость вложится. Так. Побежали на заставу. Мне, кстати, поручение Альянса не туда. Вроде вот эти вот. Вот это Альянс. Перебьет лис. А тут надо Дантрик. По дороге на Тир-Доп. Ага. А, ну это тут как раз и видно где. Ведрат Красный лес. Мы находимся вроде как раз Ведрат Красный лес. Да? Я так правильно же? Понимаю. Или нет? А, вот где. Тут, подожди, в каждой локации свои поручения? Так что? Че, серьезно, что ли? Ну да, это мостовой альянс.
Colonials? You must have gotten lost to have come this far from nowhere. To whom do I owe the honor?
De Sarde. I am legate of the congregation of merchants on this island.
A legate? Here? Pardon my dismay, but we don't get many official sorts around here. Captain Idris. I am the ranking officer in charge of this Bridge Alliance outpost. What can I do for you, sir?
I'm looking for Constantine d'Orsay, the island governor of the congregation of merchants.
A governor? Here? Whatever would he be doing in this rattle?
My cousin was part of an expedition in this region. His men and his camp were attacked. They nearly all died. But we found no trace of his body, which has us hoping that he may still be alive. Wounded and holding up somewhere, or even captured.
Have you cast your suspicions in our direction? I hope this is a joke. We've had neither reinforcements nor supplies for weeks. In my book, we've been totally forgotten. I wouldn't risk the few lives remaining to attack a governor's camp. I'm not crazy. I'm truly sorry for your cousin, Excellency, but we haven't seen him. And we definitely haven't kidnapped him. The region is dangerous. The natives are heartless. You should be looking in their direction.
You do know that we found the bodies of several men from the garrison up there, don't you?
How could you be sure?
One of them was carrying a note, signed by your hand.
And they are dead. I had hoped they'd have survived and would eventually return.
Explain yourself, Captain. What were your men doing on the cliff top?
They were monitoring the zone. They were to warn us of any troop movements. We have lost too many men to surprise attacks. We decided to take initiative and be ready. Yesterday, we heard screams and saw some strange lights up there. But I was hoping...
And you didn't go and see for yourself? You hear screams, certainly those of your own men, and you don't do anything.
So the last of my men give up their lives for nothing as well? You can think of me as a coward if you like. But me, I'm taking no more unnecessary risks.
Why do I have the feeling that you're holding something back from me? I can see how difficult your present situation has become. I'm certain you haven't been paid either for quite some time. I cannot solve all of your problems. But what would you say if I took care of that one, at least?
A little gold would certainly improve the morale of my men. One of the men I'd posted there returned during the night.
A survivor? Excellent. Did he tell you what happened?
He wasn't able to say a word. He collapsed unconscious 2 steps past the doorway. Our nurse sits with him, but there is little hope that he will come back to himself. His wounds are extremely serious. He's just refusing to die.
I'm sorry to hear that, Captain. Perhaps we could do something for him.
Go and see the nurse. Perhaps you can do something to help the poor boy. I can't take it anymore. To lose another man. Anything else?
Concerning the young man that survived.
Did you see the nurse?
Not yet.
Really? I thought that your cousin's life hung in the balance. This boy will not survive long if someone doesn't help
Так не
him.
тебе обвинять
Anything
нас.
else?
Да ты охренел, что ли, а, мужик?
I would very much like to do the same. Safe journey, Your Excellency.
Он еще и обвиняет, я вообще в шоке. Так. Вот сейчас ради интереса посмотреть, оно как выглядит. Они одинаковые иконки. Тут не видно. Потому что получается же должен быть застава. Только застава мостового, что ли? Ну может быть. Так, что тут?
What are you doing there? This is an infirmary.
I know. I've come to see the wounded soldier. The captain told me you might need my help.
That is very kind of him. But alas, it's a little late.
What are you saying? Is the soldier...
No, he still lives. But I've been asking the captain for weeks to escort me on a mission to replenish my stocks. I no longer have a single remedy. And now that we have a wounded patient, I can only wipe water on his brow and hope.
Do you know what type of remedy would allow him to survive?
Yes, at least I think so. It's a known potion that heals burns.
I see. Give me the recipe. We'll go and see that it's prepared for you.
Thank you. Because of you, this poor boy might be able to survive his wounds. Were you able to concoct the potion against burns?
Yes, I was. Might we administer it?
Give it to me. I'll take care of this. We must wait and be patient now.
Will he make it?
I hope so. We'll know soon enough. This potion is extremely potent.
And if he survives, when could we speak to him?
Come back tomorrow at the same time. We'll know more then.
Very well. I'll come back tomorrow.
See you soon. And thank you again for your help.
В то же время того, в то же время. Сейчас сколько? Ночь. Тихо. Что там у нас? Дневник капитана Идриса. Наше положение становится все более отчаянным. Я отправил небольшой отряд на разведку в горы. Вернулся только один солдат, да и то в таком состоянии, что вряд ли долго протянет. Я точно не знаю, что там случилось, но думаю, нам лучше не лезть. У нас и так неприятностей хватает. Сколько мы еще продержимся? Мы уже давно не получаем ни припасов, ни людей, ни жалований. Как? Да. Так, я думаю, до рассвета, потом еще и до рассвета. Чтоб ночью не шарахаться. Единственное, то, что, блин, чтобы подождать, надо бегать. Так, спать. Рассвет. Спать. Рассвет. Все, пожалуйста. Побежали обратно. Музыка такая, как будто вот перед боем. Так, ну чё?
Hello, soldier. How are you doing?
Better. A lot better. Are you the one who saved me? The nurse told me.
I simply prepared the potion that she told me how to make. Nothing more. Could you tell me what happened during the attack?
I will try. They're not really memories I'm fond to bring back. A lot of my friends died up there. We were posted up on the peak to follow rebel movement. It had been a couple of days when we heard sounds of fighting not far from our position. Men were screaming in our own language. So we went to see what was happening. Soldiers of the Coin Guard and an islander were trying to protect a young man. He seemed dire ill.
Konstantin Katasak and his escort. Who were they fighting against?
Dozens of wild animals. They seemed completely enraged and intent on devouring them. And there were flames.
Flames? Where were they coming from?
I don't know. My friends and other soldiers fell one after the other. I didn't see everything. All was blood and confusion with beasts and fire. But I thought I saw another islander. Big. He's the one who took the sickened man. There was practically no one left on the battlefield. I was wounded and I passed out. I came to when I heard voices of islanders approaching. Rebels. I thought to myself, they're coming to finish off the wounded. I got up with difficulty and fled. I dragged myself here. And you know the rest.
I'm going to have to go and find these rebels.
You shouldn't do that. They killed all of my friends. You take a great risk.
That's enough. Rest now. You're still far from having recovered.
Yes, it's best I leave now. I've learned enough. I'll have a word with your captain. Goodbye.
У меня выбор был либо так, либо этак. Но я уже выбрал. Так, это у меня репутация островитян может полететь, да? Пофигу.
Excellency, I was told that you saved my soldier. Thank you. You can't imagine what this means to us.
Please. I did nothing more than follow the instructions your nurse gave me.
Did you learn what you needed to learn?
Yes. I was able to question your man and he told me what he saw. He and his company heard sounds of the attack, and they went to investigate. My cousin's escort were already nearly annihilated by animals that jumped out from all sides. A strange sorcerer controlled them. It was he that took my cousin.
One of those rebel savages, no doubt. I knew that they'd be behind all of this. They must have learned that an important man was in the region and thought he would make the perfect hostage. I'm sorry. I would give you some men, but...
Don't apologize. I know where the camp can be found, and if my cousin is there, I will free him.
Like you freed the scholars. You're a good man, Excellency. Thank you again for saving my soldier.
I need to be going.
I would very much like to do the same. Safe journey, Your Excellency.
Неплохо тогда дали. Так, что тут? Рассказ мертвеца. Поговорить с Даром. Ты где? Это в этот же. Окей. Это опять с теми же самыми, что ли? Огромный дикарь. То есть островитянин забрал. Может быть, это даже не островитянин, а этот. Угу. Как это чудо-юдо. Так, как это называется? Лагерь у Дидги. Лагерь у Дидги. Не туди. Нормально. Хорошо. Так, а меткость 2 мне даст возможность синего и пушки, да, использовать. В принципе, мне запас тумана нужен, но... Сколько он мне даст запас маны? 100? Без восстановления, да. Ну, я возможность 100 всего. Действие заклинания 1. Не знаю даже. Так, мне там пропустят или мне опять драться надо будет? Кстати, где вход? А, ну да. Так. Сохранимся, проверим. Хорошо. Они, кстати, на меня уже нападали один раз, я помню. Я помню.
Hello.
Renaigse, there you are again. What do you want?
To speak to you about my cousin's capture and the massacre of his escort. A soldier from the nearby outpost survived and told us that you were present on the battlefield.
You dare come here and accuse us of taking him? Let me throw him out this Renaigse and his Ilkdaren. May they receive this punishment for their arrogance.
I know that you see us as your enemies, but we are not here to harm you. I only seek to find the man I consider to be my brother, as well as the man who was protecting him. Katisach, one of your greatest Donegada.
No Donea Exregao would attack Katasach.
If you didn't attack him, you must know what happened to them. I was told that an islander took my cousin away. Perhaps your men were there to aid them.
We do not have your cousin, and we do not know what happened to him. As for Katasach, and the worst, Tire, he died from his wounds. That night, we heard the sounds of a terrible combat. The ground shook all the way to our homes. We went to see, but we arrived too late. The last breath of Katasach had returned to the wind when we arrived there, and many of the Renaigse were dead. We could do no more. We carried the body of the Donegad and brought it here.
He gave his life to protect Constantine. May he rest in peace. This request might surprise you, but we would like to see him.
Why? What do you want to do with him, Renaigse?
Examine him to understand what killed him. We were told that an island native was there and that he likely led the attack.
No Donea Exregao would attack Katasach. You have been lied to, or they were mistaken.
That is the very reason I need to see his body. To understand.
You may see him. But if you desecrate his body, you will pay for this offense with your life.
И вы сложные, а? Ужас. Если вы это, мы то... Блин. А запрыгнуть нельзя? Вот можно. Мало лишь придурки. Дотронешься, начнет.
Katasach. Seeing the state of
Ни
his
хрена
body,
там дырка.
I hate myself for having suspected him. Forgive me, Denegad, to have doubted your loyalty and even more for what we are about to do. Now then, let's see what story this corpse has to tell. The corpse retains the marks of a bludgeoning. There are large bruises all over it. I can see no wounds that could be attributed to a blade or a musket shot. The major wound is found on the chest, which was crushed by something tremendous, to the degree that the skin was torn. The ribs are in pieces and the organs punctured. The edges of the wound are singed and smell of burnt flesh. There is a powdery spot on this wound, as if from ash or dusty gravel. Katasach bore the brunt of this attack or incredible force. I would venture to say it was inhuman. I can only imagine one thing that could have inflicted such a wound. It's as if an enormous, burning stone hit him right in the center of the chest. And seeing as how the bodies of the soldiers we found were sporting wounds of a similar nature, we can deduce that we're on the tracks of a man, or a creature, capable of using molten rock as a weapon. We still don't really know who is actually behind this attack, nor what they want. Judging by the severity of these wounds, I fear the worst for Constantine.
All your experiments. You've learned so little. You've learned to fear. Your instincts should have been enough.
We had to at least try. Are you not even concerned or angered by what happened to Katasach?
We've grown accustomed to the loss of lives, your relentless attacks and incessant treacheries. All the same, there is truth in your words. This attack is out of place. Guardian and Donegad would never attack one another. There is a ritual that might help us. Anatalas Fair.
The Anatalas Fair. What is it? Tell me more.
It is a magical rite that only a person with a powerful bond to both spirits and nature can perform. It allows the Donegad who chants it to relive the last moments of an Onol Manawi.
That would allow us to at least see the face of his assassin.
If what I have heard is true, yes. To my knowledge, only one Donegad still living knows the ritual.
Let's ask her for her help then. She might be able to tell us what has become of Constantine.
You are quick to ask another to put her mind in danger for your own concerns. Imagine the pain of the wounds of another, shaking your body as the cold of death crushes your beating heart. This is what you must ask of the Tiernahach. It is the price she must pay for performing the ritual. When her companion was lost in battle, fighting against your own, she wanted to live that death beside her. Since that day, our Tiernahach Kadachtas has never breathed air with the same breath.
That would explain her distrust of the colonials.
You must make her see your purpose. It may be the only way you are going to learn the fate of your cousin.
Как будто у меня выбор, блин, есть. Понятное дело, что пережить смерть это очень неприятно. Скажем так, даже смертельно опасно. Так, подожди. Это новое, что ли? Мефтена хардкада хтас. Как-то язык сломать можно. Так, мне туда? Да. Так, ярость есть? Ярость есть. Что там? Деревня. Ну, давай деревню. Так, я сейчас, если в промежутке буду, я себе... Да. Фи-фи-фи-фи-фи-фи-фи. Так. Это же она? Да, улучшить. Стоять. Я забыл. Так. Улучшить. Так, тут получается ставится у нас только вот это, да, меняется? 168. Вот 168 лучше всего. 4 и 8. 2, 10. Так, улучшить. Вернуться. Так, у меня взлом стоит, да, здесь? Добротный. Подожди, как и что у меня стоит тут? Добротный гаражет. Где он? 168. Так. 174, 105. Так. 6. Так, где там? Лучше оптимально, а потом, да, это. Так, и... Здесь у меня чехол с инструментами. Выработка ярости, так. У меня вот это, да, взлом и 3. Пока так. И есть. Так, ботинки. У меня... Так, сопротивление магическому урону. Большие пластинчатые, да, вот это вот. Подожди, большие пластинчатые, сколько мне? 76-40 мне, ага. Четыре 8. 10-2. Хорошо. Перчатки. Резные перчатки, да? Ну, можно больше на равновесие, да? Вот где тут? Вот это. Перчатка с наколотниками, да? 4-8. 10-2. Да, равновесие. Чуть-чуть больше равновесия пускай будет. Все? Все, ништяк. Фиолетовые ставочки. О, подожди, нифига, еще вот здесь. Еще вот это вот. То, что я что таскал? Вот это таскать? 449? Улучшить рукояткой слоновой кости. Физический урон. Это есть. Решение. Физический урон. О. Так. Есть, короче, подожди, а это что мне дает? Выработка ярости 20%. 2, да? А это чисто 60. И либо пробив брони, да? Но становимся на оптимальном. Я все равно не могу круче таскать. Так. И это потом.